Hey guys, how's it going? 33 and third RPM here, back again for another album review. This time I'm reviewing one of my personal favorite albums from the past couple years, and it is Bastille's Bad Blood on, I believe it's on Virgin Records, yeah. So, Bastille is a British band formed by lead singer Dan Smith, who's pictured on the cover here. And it's their name Bastille because his birthday is actually on Bastille Day, which I believe is sometime in July. It's a four-piece alternative rock group. You may know them for their hit, which is actually the first track on here, Pompeii. It was popular in about 2013, and this was pressed in 2013, so that was when it was on the charts. This album, to me, was a big surprise because I bought just Pompeii originally on iTunes because I was interested in that song, and I really liked the tribal chants and how they worked that into there. And as I started listening to the previews of those songs, I was very intrigued to what they had to hear, what they had to say. So I picked it up on vinyl, and it is an amazing. I picked it up last year, so sorry, this is just in my collection. I want to talk about it. I picked this up, listened to it a couple times, and it honestly wasn't that great to me. I thought a couple of songs were real standouts. I know I really did like Icarus and Flaws and Things We Lost in the Fire the first time. And I'll go over the tracks later, so don't worry about anything that I point out. If you want to listen to, I'll re-mention those at the end. But a lot of the other stuff didn't really stand out to me. I thought it was kind of average. Upon repeated listens of this has really grown on me. This is definitely one of my top 5 albums of the past couple of years, not including pre-2000 stuff. So, Bastille's Bad Blood. What can you expect from this album? Well, it is alternative, and you can definitely expect soaring choruses, tons of synth lines and synth work, and thumping percussion. There is a guitar presence on this album, but don't expect any guitar solos or something more in the vein of Jack White style alternative versus Bastille. Pompeii is kind of a hard song to judge the band off of if you remember it from 2013, because all of the songs have a distinct feel on here, whether it be the soaring chorus on Icarus, or the very light synth lead-in on Flaws, or the piano intro on Things We Lost in the Fire, or the thumping synth lines that start open Bad Blood, or even the what is the word I'm thinking of? Escalating synths on These Streets, to the 2 piano ballads on here. This is a solid album through and through. The tracks on here are Pompeii, Things We Lost in the Fire, Bad Blood, Overjoyed, These Streets, Weight of Living Part 2, and the B-side is Icarus, Oblivion, Flaws, Daniel in the Den, Laura Palmer, and Get Home. So, Pompeii was catchy and popular for the treble chants, and don't expect a bunch of that on this album. There's another song that has that kind of soaring, uplifting chorus, but the 2 piano ballads on here, which are Overjoyed and Oblivion, are still fantastic songs. Actually, if there's any song that I would say that takes away from the experience of the album, it is the last 3 tracks, which are Daniel in the Den, Laura Palmer, and Get Home. Now, I do like Get Home, I just don't think it's up to the quality of the rest of the album. However, Daniel in the Den and Laura Palmer, just something doesn't really sit right with me with those tracks. It's kind of hard to describe because I know my best friend really likes this album, and, one of my best friends really likes this album, and he loves those songs. So I think it's more of just a personal thing with me. If you're interested in this album, go listen to it and drop me a comment about what you think about just the songs in general. I love this album. I love talking about this album. So I don't want to try to mumble on this too long because I actually tried to film this earlier and it went on for 25 minutes, and that was too much. There was too many ums and pauses in there. So let me just show you guys what's in here. So we got Bastille Bad Blood. One thing, I really love this cover. It looks like a movie poster. So there's all the credits for the album on the front there. I think you guys can see that. It is recorded at Abbey Road Studios, where the Beatles recorded, obviously. Awesome. I love the Beatles. Actually, look for more Beatles reviews soon, because those are the next in my alphabetical order, my collection. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. Got the sleeve here. It's like a guy signing some things, and then some hands reaching out towards them. Side. It is pressed on 180 grams, which I appreciate. I love the weight of it. And here we have the A side, very simple, black and white, says Bastille Bad Blood, and the B side. So that's awesome. I really like the style of this. Just the simple 33 1/3 RPM, and then there's no track names. They're on the back of the album. I don't know why you need it, but it's really thick sleeves. Doesn't feel like one of those cheap paper ones you would get with maybe an older record. So it doesn't. It's definitely, you don't need to replace it with a poly-lined inner sleeve. Although I do really think those are the way to go if you want to protect your records in the long run. I just think this is a quality sleeve. I'm happy with Virgin so far with their pressings. This also comes in it. This is a giant lyric booklet. At the front here, it says Bastille. It says Bad Blood, similar to the album cover. On the back, there's some mountains, and it has lyrics for the songs. That's awesome. You know, normally you get them pressed in the sleeve of the album. Bastille actually went out of its way to reproduce this from the CD version in a giant record-size version. So, for comparison, I do have, this is one of the few albums I own on CD. This is the deluxe edition with the second album, double album. But I'll just show you the lyric booklet in comparison. So this is what you're going to get on the first page of the CD booklet, which is a standard for a CD booklet. And this is what you're getting in the record. So definitely a cool experience, definitely something very unique. And you got some more lyrics. And then you got some cool pictures of the band from concerts. You can pause and look at those a little more if you want. Some more lyrics. And this cool picture. And there's some more credits to the album. So, one of the things that's also included in this record is a giant poster of the front cover. It's currently up on my wall because it's freaking awesome. And I'm in a comfy position right now, and I'm not going to show you it. It is huge. It is one of the biggest posters besides this Pink Floyd The Wall one. This is, if you didn't know, this is all the lyrics to The Wall by Pink Floyd of every song. It's over there on my room on this giant poster wall I have, and it's huge. It is awesome. It is, fans of this album will definitely appreciate that. So, overall, if you're just looking for some really solid alternative music to get into, definitely look at Bastille. Songs to check out: Pompeii, Things We Lost in the Fire, Weight of Living Part 2, Icarus, and Flaws. The highlights on this album. Now, that's not to say that the deep cuts aren't great as well. There's just a couple songs that I feel are less lackluster than the ones I just pointed out, if that makes sense. So, Bastille, Bad Blood, 2013 Virgin Records, freaking awesome. This gets a 9 out of 10 for me. I want to say 9.5, but because of the last 3 tracks, this gets shifted down to a 9. And I love this album. This is one of the bands that I would, in a heartbeat, see live. Bastille they've set a bar very high that they have to top of their next album, but this is definitely, for a debut album, this is definitely, in my eyes, something special. So that's it for today's review, guys. Drop me a comment below. Like I said before, let me know what you think of this album. Check out my other videos. I did a Record Store Day one really recently. That was some pretty cool stuff that I found at Siren Records in Doylestown. Great shop. Check them out. Drop me a like if you like this video, or if you didn't, drop a dislike. Always appreciate the feedback. And if you're so inclined, please do subscribe. Guys, I'll be posting more often. I'm sorry I haven't been. I had a lot of papers to write and stuff to catch up with that has just made me really busy, and I haven't had the energy nor the time to do YouTube. But I really want to get back into it. So without further ado, before I go over the 10-minute mark, as I mentioned before, I am 33 1/3 RPM. Keep on spinning, guys. Peace out.